finished Shadow Wars, you've unlocked all the masks, you've fallen into darkness, and you've been playing Endless Siege, but you're like, you know what, I want to go online and I want to start attacking people to fight and play some of their stuff. So by doing that, there's a couple new features that exist. One, you actually gain experience for doing these online ranked conquests now. So if you want to, you can continue to level up your character as you're playing. And then this is one that I'm pretty excited about that I don't know if I've talked to you about yet, which is that for players who attack more often, they actually they get attacked more often.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you get into that loop, if you're into these, you're going to get to play, experience both sides of that.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's, it's just, I mean, that's as well as all the big things, there's just literally hundreds of different fixes, improvements, balancing issues. So we've really packed a ton into this one.
Oh, indeed. So, for you guys who know, Test E is just someone who's like at Monolith somewhere. So, that's not a person that we're going up against.
Testy.
But this is Testy, yeah. Test A, maybe. So, we're going to have Mike play because it'll be a lot of fun to have that. And I can answer some questions in that regard too. And Mike, when you find your first captain, if you could for me, dominate him, but don't do anything with him immediately.
Can't promise anything.
Well, do your best if you can.
All right.
But I might just ask other questions of you too.
Yeah, please, fire away.
That would be wonderful fun. So, let's see. Ooh, I think I'm checking to see if chat has any specific questions too. Let's see. Do the masks come with the cloaks? The masks and the cloaks, they are connected. Yes, they are the same. Where's Ellie? She's over there. So we're going to now demonstrate how online Fortress Assaults work when you're able to recruit orcs that you meet on here. So as a reminder, the experience of an online Fortress Assault is that when you're attacking, it's possible for you to lose your orcs. These guys can die, get removed, and if that happens, then you have to go into the main game to get them back, to get more. But now, we have it as an update where you actually, when you recruit orcs online, they will go into your garrison. Can't hear us over the game? Let me fix that real quick. Cool.
A bit of friendly fire.
A little bit of friendly fire indeed. You actually have 2 orcs who are dying right now.
Do I care?
Do you?
No.
That's a you
it's
question.
not really my army at this point. So now that I can replace them with these other guys, it's a whole new world.
Right. Let's see. Nathan Gamer was asking, will there be more orcs in the region? I think the answer to that one is there will be more legendary orcs, specifically. Now people are just saying savage to your response. Oh, man. So, people are... Ooh, Arbeku the Chosen.
Belongs to the Dark Lords. He will not relinquish it easily.
Where do you get one of... Mike, where'd you get your shirt? We have a question of asking where do we get your shirt.
Oh, I just was really into Tomb of Horrors, so the really ancient D&D campaign. So I just searched for Tomb of Horrors t-shirt, and I think it's from T-Bubble or something.
There you go.
$8.
$8.
Where's he gone?
I don't
There
know.
he is. Oh, no, that's
No, not him.
Oh, next one. Okay, we're moving on.
Alright, so besides the allowing you guys to have experience, there goes Skoon.
Whatever.
So Skoon's going to drop some gear. One of the things that happens is now if you were to kill captains online, that gear that's
Broken.
dropped...
He's mine. Yeah.
Oh, get him. Get him. I don't
Oh,
I don't have it on it right now. You
Why?
got it's not my favorite version of that ability.
Oh,
I mean, you can see if we have that ability unlocked.
no, it's fine.
Alright, so if you can, don't do anything real quick. Alright, so one of the things that we now have is if he recruited this guy will now exist in Mike's game.
Mm-hmm.
So if we wanted to fight him to the death, you could kill him, get his loot, which it used to be that you wouldn't get the loot either.
I really want to recruit him.
Okay, go for it.
You serve me now. I am your chosen master.
So if
Can I send him away? If
Yeah.
he retreats now, straight back to the garrison?
he goes straight back to the garrison. So if you want to keep him safe, you can have him retreat. He goes straight back to the garrison.
See you later.
You can keep him fighting here, and he's yours. But if he dies, then there's potential chance to lose him.
No, I don't want that.
But you could also raise him from the dead immediately after, and then you have the undead dude.
Who did that? Orza.
It looks like a Drake was doing that.
Okay.
Alright.
I gotta get this dash off. It's
Yeah.
really-
You don't like the dash?
I'm probably
So what we're referencing right now is the Waters of Lorien. It's at the very bottom in story. And that's an ability to hop over people's heads or to teleport through them. I actually like being able to teleport through people. And that's the way that I've been doing it.
Oh, freeze.
That's the one.
Yeah, there we go.
Escripar, they go into the garrison. So if Mike was to lose right now, which feel free to do it or to try to win. But if Mike was to lose, then he would actually find that guy in the garrison at the end of it. In the same way that when you play a normal offline Conquest, that will give you the ability to have that extra. You still get that guy even when you lose.
Oh,
You're just taking him out left and right.
no, that was Horza again. He's on a roll.
Good for Horza. Make sure to save him if he dies. So I'm seeing people asking about the new Necromancer ability. We're not going to show it to you. We're keeping that a secret.
That's another one actually where I really like. Can I just, without saying too much about it, but the way the character, so Talion's descent to becoming Dark Talion, and the story really tie together, just in the sense that, you know, it was obviously a big part of Aragorn's story to when he got together with the King of the Dead and had the army of the dead. So I think that part of Talion's story on his descent, that you actually can forge your own army of the dead, and you can have these followers, and you can have these undead followers, and have them continue to be powerful. Whereas originally, I think the trade-off of losing the levels and the sort of various strengths and weaknesses that they gained and lost, there wasn't really a strong feeling that you could actually make this powerful army of undead followers. So I just think mechanically it's great. It makes you more powerful, totally fits the story and the theme, gives you something new through the Shadow Wars. So it's not a huge change in some ways, but I really like the way it makes the Shadow Wars really feel like a new chapter in this story.
So for context, for those of you who weren't watching on the last stream, we had there's been a change to undead, which is what Mike is referencing, which is that undead will stay at their same level when you raise them from the dead. Meaning that if you were to, you could constantly create this immortal army that you can keep bringing back. And you can bring them in these online Fortress Sieges as well, which is very, very... that Fred just exploded in your face.
Lighting a match. Oh.
It is like lighting a match.
Okay. Don't die.
So let's see.
Not the tower.
Purified. Hold the tower. A lot of people... So if you had dominated him and brought him into your game, he would exist, which I saw one person asking why the tower was hard to find. Well, if you find him online in a ranked fight, you can bring him in. Let's see. So as you're continuing to display beautiful game skill, it's as a reminder on top of this as well. I saw a couple questions about certain changes within.
Whoa!
Oh, are you down?
I was.
Get ready.
Oh, you can think where I got confused because we got the PlayStation there,
Yeah,
and I'm holding an Xbox controller, and the X came up, and I was like, oh.
That would have been a hilarious.
Oh, the Bard.
He's doing well. Hello, Pro Reaper Man guy.
Days.
Can Orc who die online still cheat death and come back in the main game? Yes. Think of it as a way where the online portion of the game is now an extension of the offline. So you can recruit guys, you can lose guys, you gain experience. Would you like to bring this guy onto our side, for example?
I would indeed. I want all of them.
Perfect. And then we'll be able to show them in the garrison. Hello, Deathcrow.
Swear loyalty.
I'm your chosen.
Too bad that wasn't an assassin. We have people who are rooting for your death, Mike.
Well, if I die, then it was clearly deliberate, so we can go and show the garrison.
Clearly deliberate.
Clearly.
So I want to call out, you guys can see the EXP popping up every time that Mike is dominating a guy or killing a guy.
My garrison's going to be loaded.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So, also another thing to make sure people understand, he's not stealing these orcs. He's recruiting them into his game. So it's almost like a cloning.
Right. Yeah, they continue to exist with it. Yeah, you can never lose an orc as a result
Right. So
of someone else attacking your form.
right. So
Only ever getting rewarded for that.
So I saw a question, which is, can you recruit the DLC characters online? And I'm not 100% sure if they do, but that does bring me up to another point, which is if you guys own Blade of Galadriel, that chest that you get for beating the final mission is actually now, you can continue to get it now. It used to be a single-use option, but now if you replay Blade of Galadriel again, you can unlock that chest again. So I'm not sure. You guys are going to have to, I think you can. But worst case, it'll just, that one won't show up. But that'll be an interesting one.
Yeah. You should be able to.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that will apply to the DLC tribes as well.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so, you can bring those ones in
Yeah.
for sure. So if your friend has Slaughter and you do a ranked a ranked online Conquest, you can dominate this Slaughter guy and bring him into your game. Oh yeah, that's right, we have that because of online pit fights, that is.
Yeah.
All right. So that makes sense. Yeah, so if you guys haven't purchased Blade of Galadriel, but you get someone's Tinder, it should actually still go over to your game.
Someone's what?
Tinder?
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
Tor's Tinder?
Yes.
Both will go unfulfilled.
Ah, look at his face. Let's see, will the undead be able to level up? Undead, they don't lose levels, but they can't level up
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. So you can still optimize if you
Right.
know. You can still basically farm or get your enemies up to extremely high levels,
Right.
and then
If you
kill
summon
them.
a
Yeah.
Graug, you'll get yourself a nice elemental Graug.
Oh, we've got that now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have that mask on.
oh, that's fantastic.
And then we got the poison Graug showing up. Oh!
Awesome.
So I see people asking to see the masks. We're not going to show off the masks because we want you guys to see them. But if you want to see a mask, go ahead to on our Twitter and Facebook. We were showing pictures of them and giving hints at what they do.
Or just wait and see him in the game.
Or
They're
yeah,
pretty
it's
awesome.
17th. It's real soon.
Oh, what's his bodyguard?
So he's dazed right now, so you can make him yours.
He's mine.
And we can
Overlord
win.
is mine.
Let's recruit him. Horrors of the Smuggler
I will conquer
now joins us.
All right. Successful online conquest.
Yeah. Let's see. Would this mean you get dupes like Bruce or another one-time arc? Yes, actually. If someone put Bruce up and it had an online,
Oh yeah, so we've
Yeah.
got to do a fort full of Bruces.
which is what we're
Just
really
none
hoping
of who
for.
want the fort.
Honestly, I love that.
That's gonna be amazing.
Nobody wants the fort.
There you all got it.
All right, so let's chill on the screen for a second. So, you've beaten the fortress, you've moved up, gotten yourself some higher rank, you've got a Spoils of War upgrade chest. All that gear now belongs to you, which these are gear pieces that you picked up from killing guys.
There's something disturbing about Celebrimbor with half-dead Celebrimbor.
I mean, it makes more sense to me because
Really?
Well, it's a ghost.
It's like your previous and future self.
I kind of. Well, I felt like if you're gonna be a ghost, you're gonna be kind of rotten, right? So
No, that makes sense of him, but having his ghost self on his living self, I feel is quite confusing.
I like
for
it.
him.